Thank you all for being here today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ray Lin, Associate Dean for Biomedical Research, Recruitment and Advancement. And I'm a co-organizer of this event alongside Lee Krause, who will chair session 2 and 4 later today. The new Faculty Research Forum was established in 2004, exactly 20 years ago, to introduce new faculty members to our academic community. I believe this forum serves 3 key objectives. So first, it serves as an important moment for new faculty to tell us who they are and showcase their cutting-edge research. Second, it highlights the newest talents we have welcomed to UT Southwestern, demonstrating the diversity of research across multiple disciplines that we have added to this community. Third, it offers a valuable opportunity for networking. So allowing you to introduce yourself and potentially find new collaborators. I hope you'll be able to attend as many talks as your schedule allowed. And let's make this year's forum both memorable and impactful. Okay, before I introduce Ralph, I want to acknowledge someone who has been a strong supporter for research at UT Southwestern, our Vice Provost and Dean of Research, Joan Conaway. Joan is someone our new faculty will interact with frequently, so she'd like to say a quick hello.
Well, thanks, Ray Ling, and more importantly, thanks to everybody here or as importantly, I should say, to everyone here for coming out. Welcome to the new faculty who are here to tell us about their work today, and welcome to all of you to this year's new Faculty Research Forum. So I've been here a little over 3 years, and I should say that my pre-perceptions of UT Southwestern before I got here turned out to be true. I first became aware of UT Southwestern when I was a graduate student sometime back in the dark ages, which actually was like the late 70s, when Mike Brown and Joe Goldstein used to come every year to Stanford to talk about their work. And what was clear from those talks was that UT Southwestern has an incredible opportunity for people to work across the entire spectrum of science, from the most basic discovery to the eventual translation of research into practical applications and advances in patient care. And in fact, they spoke each year in a course that was the third quarter of the biochemistry class at Stanford that was meant to make exactly that point, that the most basic of research ultimately has the potential to have major impacts on the health of our community and on clinical practice. So fast forwarding a whole bunch of years, I got here to UT Southwestern, and I it became very clear that this is a very special home for scientific research, and that's really because of the remarkable collection of faculty investigators here, ranging from the most senior, like Mike and Joe, to our newest faculty. And those are the ones that we're here to celebrate today and to learn from. So for me, this is one of the highlights of the year. It's really exciting to have the opportunity to hear from so many of our newer colleagues, each of whom is a terrific addition to the UT Southwestern research community. So I think we're all in for a treat today, and I'll just echo Ray Ling's plea or urge to you to stay for as much of the program as you possibly can, as this is a great time to learn about our new colleagues' research programs, perhaps to identify new potentials for collaboration and interaction, and all in all, just to hear some great science on it in an exciting day. So thanks very much, and I'm really delighted to be here today and welcome all of you.
Thank you, John. So I'd like to also introduce Alisa Hasty, our new Vice Provost and Senior Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs and Career Development, who just started last month, and she'd like to say a hi to everybody.
I haven't even said anything yet, but thank you. I'm really delighted to be here and to see all of you. I come to you from Vanderbilt, where I had a research laboratory for 21 years studying immunometabolism and also doing a lot of administrative work there, and especially in the areas of faculty affairs and career development. I worked a lot with early career faculty members, like many of you in the room, and I'm really excited to get to know you and to continue that work here. So I have an office with several other associate deans who work in faculty development. It may be that you'll participate in some of their programs, but I hope that you'll look at our offerings online and join us in some of the career development opportunities that we have. And I hope you'll reach out to me if there's anything that I can do to help. And we will be rolling out a few new things this year as well. I will be here during the whole day. I'm excited after 2 months of purely administrative work to dive in and immerse myself in science again all day with you. So I hope you'll introduce yourself to me, and I look forward to getting to know you through the years. Thank you.
Ralph is a physician scientist who joined UT Southwestern in 2008 in the Department of Pediatrics and McDermott Center. In 2011, he became a part of Children's Research Institute, or CRI, where he also directed the Genetics and Metabolic Disease program. Over the past 16 years, he not only has played an instrumental role in his department and center, he has built an extraordinary research program and achieved remarkable success. He became a HHMI investigator and recently succeeded Helen Hobbs as the director of the McDermott Center. A significant role, but one I'm confident Ralph will excel in. Is somebody laughing? So I believe Ralph is the perfect choice to give today's opening remarks for the following reasons. He is highly successful with too many accomplishments to list here. Second is he remarkably young. Okay, he was presenting at this very same forum just 16 years ago. Third, a strong advocate for collegiality and collaboration on campus, particularly in the field of metabolism and cancer. And fourth, an outstanding mentor to young colleagues. So I'm thrilled that he has agreed to share reflection of his journey, which I believe will inspire our young faculty and many learners in the audience. So Ralph.
Okay, that was such a nice introduction. I really appreciate that. And I am very young. It's an honor to do this because one of my first memories of being at UT Southwestern is presenting at this. I remember it really well because Al Gilman was sitting right there. And I think Mike and Joe were maybe one row behind. And I realized this is really going to happen. I agree with what you and Joan both said, which is that this is a highlight of the year. It's really a great opportunity to see how much more broad the scientific portfolio of UT Southwestern is becoming year by year. And so it's really it's great to be able to present. This is a fantastic place to be a scientist. And so I want to congratulate all the new faculty. I know several of you have been here for many months already, but I'm looking forward to what you're going to tell us today. And when I was starting in 2008, I got a few pieces of advice about launching a career in biomedical research. I just want to share three of those with you today. The first is to think carefully about developing a scientific niche where you can thrive. A niche is different from a field, right? A niche is a smaller space. And this is the Kirtland's warbler here. This is a bird that mostly lives in the upper Midwest. And while it's in the upper Midwest, it spends almost all of its time in a single kind of tree, the jack pine tree, which is a niche where this bird can thrive. And the advice that I got was to think about how you could carve some space out for yourself in what might be a large and competitive field, but a space that is unique enough to you that you can thrive and grow your program without a tremendous amount of competition right off the bat, have some elbow room. And that's maybe hard to think about what constitutes a good niche, but there's some questions you can ask yourself. One is whether you can easily think of several others working on exactly the same question. If the answer is no, that's good. Does the program bring strengths that are unique to you? Those could be new technologies, new models, particular type of expertise that will distinguish what you're doing from the rest of the field and even from your previous mentor. So you want that for sure. Will your program give rise to a series of interesting questions over a sustained period, or are you going to answer one question and then have to pivot and refocus every few years? You don't want to have to do that. And it's also helpful to be able to explain the focus of your research in one or two sentences to scientists from diverse fields. That usually conveys that you have a crisp idea of what's important for you to work on. That's the way I think about a scientific niche as a junior scientist. When I got here, I was mostly focused on how oncogenic signaling regulated choice of metabolic pathways in growing cancer cells. And it may seem incredible now, but in 2008, there was really not many people working on that and nobody here. And so I thought I'd have a niche in a place that had historical strengths in studying metabolism, but still have some elbow room for myself. And I brought specific types of analytical technologies that were not being used very widely in the field at that time, and a clinical perspective that also, I think, differentiated me from other people who were starting to work in the field. And over time, that grew into a larger niche that ended up encompassing other diseases besides cancer. So think about these questions as you're strategizing how to get your lab out of the gate. All right. I should also say that this bird spends half of the year in the Caribbean. And so I don't know what happens in the Caribbean, but you might think about maybe not half the year, but some of that too would be good. Okay, expand your niche over time. All right, second is to know your environment and capitalize on it. This is a mycorrhizal relationship that occurs in the soil. There's a fungal partner and then a green plant. And the way this works is that the fungus provides water and some minerals up into the green plant to allow them to begin to grow. And then over time, the plant returns nutrients back to the fungus in the form of nutrients like sugars. Okay, so this is a symbiotic relationship that is widespread in the plant kingdom. So you want to know your environment and capitalize on it. This is another piece of advice that I got. And boy, if it's not already obvious to you, you will find out. You are absolutely surrounded by experts doing amazing work in pretty much every dimension of biomedical research. So go find out about their science. You have to commit yourself to doing that. Go to lectures, meet with people, have a coffee. Okay, really want to find out what other people are doing, and find ways that you can engage with them, either through mentoring relationships or through collaboration. Okay, this is an amazing place for collaboration, particularly the kinds of collaborations that cross, the gap between basic fundamental research and clinical research. And I would encourage you to look for ways to work with others, not to the detriment of your own focus on your own science, but to me, connections have led to new opportunities and opportunities to expand your vision and basically what it's all about. Okay, this is a great place to do that kind of science. And you want to identify mentors from several different career stages to advise you. I mean, you're going to have a relationship with your department chair, of course, that's great. But you want to identify other people, including folks from other departments at several different career stages who can advise you about what's coming up on the horizon for you. So I had really great collaborators here around different analytical methods. Craig Malloy has been a close collaborator since the day I got here, and also in disease areas of particular interest. John Minna, Helen Hobbs, et cetera. None of these people belong to my primary department, but it's a great place. It's an open door place to go find people who can help you out. So I highly encourage you to do that. And then finally, don't just skim the surface, go deep. I realized again, looking at this morning, that looks like an inspirational quote that my 9th grade science teacher would have had up in his. So I apologize if this sounds cheesy, but what I'm trying to say is that one of the very best things about UT Southwestern is that still, after all of the decades of innovation and achievement here, it's a place that really values deep, mechanistically focused, thorough science rather than flash. Okay, and you should use that to your advantage. The goal is to become acknowledged as the expert in your area of research. This is part of the reason why it makes so much sense to focus on a niche at the outset. You want to earn a reputation for being rigorous and thorough, not just first. Okay, these are different. And it's good to be first, but it's more important, I think, to have a reputation that what you publish will be right and will stand the test of time. I think that's sort of knitted into the culture of UT Southwestern. And finally, just from a practical point of view, the UT Southwestern P&T committee for sure values depth and breadth over and substance over flash. And what they will ask when you come up for promotion is whether you're somebody that the field admires because you've solved important problems for the field. Okay, that should be comforting to you. Okay, you want to think about identifying problems that are going to be broadly of interest and then answering them thoroughly. Okay, so good luck. I hope you have as much fun and get as much excitement from establishing your research program as I did. And I look forward to hearing about all your discoveries. Thanks very much.